Hello, my name is Michael Ness-Vasil. I am interviewing Jerry B. Whitlow today. It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2022 at his home in Burleson, Texas. The interview is being conducted for the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress. Jerry, please tell us your first, middle, and last name.
Jerry Whitlow.
Your date of birth, sir?
12333.
Where were you born?
Hart, Texas.
Who were your parents and what were their occupations?
JB and Billy Whitlow. He was a grain buyer. She was a housewife.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
One brother.
Okay. Did he serve in the military by chance?
No.
No? Okay. Did your family have any strong feelings about you joining the service?
No.
No. Did you attend high school and college by chance?
High school, 1 year college.
Okay.
About 1 semester of college, put it that way.
Okay, you graduated from high school in
51.
51, and that was in Hart?
No, in Winters.
Winters, okay. Did you hold any jobs before you went in the service?
Just kid stuff, no.
Right, yeah. I was the same way. Okay, now, I'm getting addled. Your early days, do you want to tell us about when you went in the military? Were you drafted? Did you enlist?
Enlisted.
You enlisted. Okay. Why? Was there a specific reason?
Your camera's off.
No, it's just when it goes black.
No.
It's fine.
My bad.
No, it's all right.
What?
Was there a reason why you joined?
No, not specifically. I just felt like it was my duty to join where the Corps in war was on, and me and some buddies decided to join, so no.
Okay. And which branch was it you entered?
Navy.
You went in the Navy. Did you, what type of schooling did they give you? Did you do any kind of OCS, Advanced Warrant Officer course? Anything like that?
No, not that I can recollect.
Okay.
Just basic training.
Just boot camp and...
boot camp and what all they do in boot camp, and for 6 weeks, I think. 12 weeks, I can't remember. However long it took. I graduated, I caught my ship. The rest is history.
Okay, so the job you did on the ship, they trained you once you got to the ship?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not Navy, I'm Army. So
same difference.
Well, but in the Army,
you didn't go in with a brain. You had to be trained.
Yes, but I got my training before I went to my first duty station. I did boot camp and then 12 weeks of training and then my first duty station.
No, so, I went from boot camp straight to training.
Okay. Do you have a vivid memory of your time in training? What was the best part, the worst part of things that happened during training?
You know, nothing specific.
Okay.
Just daily routine.
Yeah. What was your first assignment on the ship?
I don't recollect any assignment. I guess my bunk, my living quarters would be my first assignment, I guess.
Okay.
If that's what they're asking.
You know the job they assigned you, were you?
Electrician.
You were an electrician, okay.
Yeah.
And they gave you all that training to be an electrician when you got there?
Yeah.
What kind of equipment did you work on? Was it like the electrical?
Switchboards.
Switchboards?
Yep.
Okay.
We run all electrical equipment on the ship, maintained and operated the switchboards and generators.
Okay.
And
was there any part of training you thought was particularly hard?
the 12 to 4 watch was
Oh.
particularly hard.
Yes.
Or the 4 to 8 watch was particularly
Right.
hard.
Okay.
Otherwise, no.
Yeah. Okay. The highest rank you achieved?
Seaman first class, I think,
Okay. All right.
would be what they classify it as. It's been a while.
Sure.
Anyway,
I remember. Yeah. So, what was the hardest part of the military lifestyle you had to adjust to?
nothing specifically.
Okay.
I didn't mind being ordered around. That didn't bother me.
Yeah. I can relate. I
don't know.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem adjusting either. Just
No, just
listen to the
something I wanted to do and needed to do, or had thought I wanted to do, and so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Did you think any part was especially easy for you to adapt to?
No.
No?
Do you mind we turn this off a minute?
You mentioned that war was going on. That was Korea?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on, I forgot to write down the time tag. So, did you serve in the Korean area?
Sure.
Theater? Okay.
Sure.
All right. Do you have any vivid recollections of being, did you take fire? Did you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we was fired on, and we fired back. We were a long ways off the beach. I was on an aircraft carrier, so they took care of their ships.
Okay.
My ship.
Right.
The battle wagons, the cruisers, and the carriers all stayed pretty much out at sea. The destroyers, the escorts, they went in close, and they probably got shelled from the beach. We never did get shelled, as far as I know, from the beach, but we did get strafed by Korean jet fighters periodically.
Sure.
No specific damage to speak of. The only damage I can recollect was a typhoon that we went through that pretty much literally ripped the ship up for about 4 days before we got out of it, and we lost all kind of life rafts and other paraphernalia on the deck. Some of the planes went over the side that weren't strapped down good. It was a booger, but they happen all the time out at sea.
Sure.
They happen all the time on the coast, so
I can imagine.
just something we live through.
Yes, yes. Do you think your time in combat changed you in any way?
No.
Okay. Did you form any kind of special friendships
Oh yeah.
with friends?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember any of those guys?
Oh yeah. Sure do.
Okay. Can you share some of that?
Well, I've got 3 special friends that I went through, not training, but after I got on the ship, we made buddies, I guess you'd call it. And yeah, there was 3 of them special. And the J.C. Pass from either North or South Carolina, I can't remember. D.J. Lynch from New Jersey, and Bosley from, I don't remember where Bosley was from, but he's the only one that I've talked to since I got out of the service over the years. I tracked him down in California. Lynch and Pass, I never could. I've tried to run them down over the years, and I don't know if they're still alive or where, but I never did make it.
I understand. I've looked for a couple of my Vietnam buddies on Vietnam veteran websites.
Yeah.
Haven't found them.
Well, we had a coordinator, I guess you'd call him, for a number of years that lived somewhere South Texas, North Houston. I can't remember where he lived, but anyway, about every 3 months he'd send out a newsletter
Okay.
of the USS Princeton. That's all it pertained to,
Okay.
and addresses and things over the, that you could write him and he would probably have their address. Evidently, the guy passed away because I didn't get one for, oh gosh, I didn't get a newsletter for 18 months or longer. So that told me that he either gave it up or he went away.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name or the town he was from. I got those newsletters about every 4 months, and I thought, now that's where I can go to find out about Pass and Lynch. But I didn't have his address or his name, so that
Sure.
got shot in the butt.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
Time moves on. I would like to find Jerry and Ernie, my buddies,
yeah,
but it just hasn't worked out. So.
no, mine hadn't either. Like I say, I have talked to Bosley. He stayed in California after he got discharged and went to work for the postal department, and I guess retired with them. But he lives, I've got his name and address in my room, and it's in somewhere in California.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's great. What kind of things did you do for recreation when you were off duty?
Drank beer, sightseed, off duty. Oh, you're talking about on Liberty or off duty on the ship?
Either one. Liberty's fine too, yes.
Oh, nothing. We just, Liberty. Yeah. A sailor's supposed to drink beer, 18, 19-year-old kid in Japan, away from mom and daddy, can do any damn thing he's big enough to do. So, yeah, we'd go, think we was big time. We'd go drink beer and walk around and look at the girls and act like a dumb butt. And really, I can look back on it and say how ignorant you are, but that's the way it is. And,
Sure.
But on the ship, off duty, with nothing to do but lay in your bunk and sleep, or go up on the flight deck and catch some sun and wind, and go to chow, and
Right.
daily living.
Yeah.
Same way with the boys on the beach. They either got shot at or they were in their bunk sleep.
Right. And I remember those days too. So, was it anything in particular you or your shipmates did that for good luck?
No,
Okay.
not that for good luck. No,
Yeah.
I don't know of anything for good luck.
That's all right. It's another one of those questions.
Okay, somebody has to ask them.
Yes.
Somebody had to make them up, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, do you have any recollection of what the best part of your service experience would be?
The best part, I guess, meeting new guys, getting acquainted with them, and having a real tight relationship.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. All right. Now, the next section is the end of your service time. Do you recall the day your service ended, where you were, and where it was that you discharged?
August 31st, 1955, in Long Beach, California.
Okay. Did you go back home or someplace else?
I think I went to my grandparents' house. It was closer than going home. I mean, I went home, yes, but I didn't go just straight directly to my parents' home.
Okay.
Went visiting around. I had nothing else to do, and I had a pocket full of money, and I had my own car, and I was over 21, so
Yep.
kiss my ass. I just do what I wanted to do.
I understand. I did the same thing. Did you have any problems when you got home? Were you well received by the
Oh, yeah.
family and friends?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your day, yes. We got spit out.
I got a grip.
Yeah.
I wasn't a spittee, but I saw a lot of it.
Yeah. When you got settled down after getting discharged, did you go back to school? Did you
No.
find a job?
Went to work.
Doing, was it a career? Or was it just a job that led to another one?
I think right out of, best I recollect, right out of the Navy, it was just a job that I did. And then I found a job that I really liked, but after 3 years of that, the job I was doing went downhill, so they laid a bunch of us off.
Okay.
And I never did get rehired because of a crooked spine that I wasn't where I had. And in the meantime, they had started doing back x-rays. They'd hiring and firing so many guys during the oil patch boom.
Right.
And a guy'd go to work and in 30 days, oh my God, my back. Oh, I need a settlement or I'll sue, or the yada yada.
Right.
Well, the company finally decided this is a bunch of BS. So to stop this, we're going to do a back x-ray. If you've got a good spine and everything's up to snuff, all right. If not, we can't use you. Well, I got laid off of the job I'd been doing for nearly 3 years, and I went back home, and the manager saw me and said, "What are you doing here? Day off, week off, or whatever?" I said, "No, I got laid off." So he sent me straight away to get my paperwork reintroduced so I could go back to work for him.
Okay.
At a different location. And so I went and did my interview. No problem. They said, "Go over here and get back x-ray." And I said, "No problem." Well, there was a problem. And they said, "We can't take you back because of a crooked spine." And I said, "Hell, I've had a crooked spine all my life. How did I get in the Navy,
Right.
and got by?" Well, if you won't chew gum, you're pretty much going to pass the test. So I thought, well, that's how I got in the Navy. I was a live body, so There you go. But when it comes down to messing with your back, evidently Halliburton looked at it different than the U.S. Navy did. So
Sure.
they didn't take me back, and D.J. Lynch was the manager that I was talking to, and he raised hell with Duncan, Oklahoma, to put me back to work. He said, "This guy's got 3 years experience. I'm running through my tail with work, and I need him." They said, we can't do it. And he said he'll sign a waiver that if he gets back injury, that's it. He'll live with it. And they said, we can't do it. So I didn't get rehired. And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So I went and started doing other things. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, Jerry, good job. Did the service time change you in any way?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know that it did.
Okay. Just another question.
No.
Did you join any kind of veterans organizations or attend reunions?
We didn't have a ship reunion, and that would have been the only one no.
No. Okay. Just asking.
Seemed like I joined the VFW after I got back home for a little while, but it wasn't my trip, so I bowed out.
Sure.
Anyway, I don't recollect that was.
Yeah,
I didn't stay long enough to make a hand, so
Yeah.
whatever.
I it wasn't my piece of cake either to join the VFW or anything like that.
Nah, I'm not sure that I did, but I think I did.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sure. Just got to change sections. This one's called Reflections. Did your military experience affect your life in any way?
I don't.
Did
Yes.
any particular lessons you learned from your time in the military?
Boy, some of these questions,
I know.
they're unreal. No.
Nope. That's good. I mean, it's your answer, Jim.
Wow.
Did your time in the military change any of your feelings about the military?
No.
Okay. Is there a message you would like to leave for, like, your grandchildren if they watch this, or
Yes.
great-grandchildren?
The only message I would leave is if you join the military and you make a hand, stick with it. That was one of my many mistakes that I made. I didn't put 20 years or even 30 years.
Right.
I look back on it now and think how dumb I am and how smart I thought I was.
Yeah. I'm in that bucket too.
No, I thoroughly would like to kick myself in the hiney for not staying in.
Yeah.
But like I say, I was so smart. They asked me, they was going to give me a pay grade, another step up
Right.
if I would re-enlist. Well, I'm smarter than you people. I'm going home. Well, hello.
Me too. Oh, I understand. Want to go back to like when you're on Liberty? Did you like the food? Was the beer better than what you had here?
No. As far as the food, I don't recollect ever eating over there.
Okay.
Why should I eat over there when I can eat on the ship? I don't know.
Okay. I know.
We're getting down to the dumb questions now. All right, let's answer the dumb question. Wow.
Sure. Was Japan and Korea the only areas you served overseas? Did you do any stateside duty?
When I got out, right my last 3 months were stateside, but no, 90%, 99% of it was
Okay.
foreign Asia. Yeah, Asia.
So
My last 3 months, they sent me home because I was May, probably in May, April or May, when I got back from Korea, and they assigned me shore duty at Long Beach for the remainder of my time. Just have me hang around, be in the way. They had no place. Evidently, they had no place for me.
Okay.
And I wasn't the only one, I'm sure. There was a bunch of us about in the same ship that, hey, you've only got 30 days, you've only got 60 days. We're not going to assign you to another ship or assign you to foreign duty. You stay right here, you do your time, you go home. And anyway, that's my last 3 months from shore duty in Long Beach.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about that we haven't talked about?
No.
Okay.
No. I think we've answered all the dumb questions.
So, all right. Yeah, these are. I gotta. Yeah. Is there anything you always wanted to share? What would you like people to know or remember from your story? And this is the same question asked differently. Is there anything else we should talk about that we haven't covered? And what do you wish more people knew about veterans?
That they felt, I think, veterans like myself that are not enlisted, they're called on by the government if they still enlist. I'm not sure that they still have the enlistment. Is it going on now? I'm not aware of it.
Enlistment is drafting, isn't?
Yeah, drafted.
Yeah.
Do they still have the draft?
No.
Okay.
The draft has ended.
Okay. In my opinion, a veteran that enlists, like myself,
Right.
and probably yourself, just, hey, I think I need to go do what I need to do.
I remember in boot camp they separated us, the enlistees from the draftees.
We didn't. No. Well, I don't think any of us were drafted that I'm aware of. If they had the draft at the start of the Korean War, I can't remember. I was an enlistee, and as far as I know, all my company was an enlistee.
Sure.
They could be one or two say, hey, bud, we got your number, you're in. I don't know that.
Well, Army had plenty of draftees, and enlisted guys got to live in the wooden barracks. The draftees were all sleeping in tents outside in the quadrangle in the middle of the barracks. So, it made a difference.
No,
right away.
I don't see the difference. I mean, I see the difference, yes, but not to segregate them and belittle them and put them off to themselves in a damn tent versus a sheltered.
Well,
no, I disagree with that 100%.
But again, it was from our point of view. It's what the drill sergeant said to do, so we saluted that flag.
Yeah, really. What can I do? The man's the man. And,
yeah.
But getting back to the question, in my opinion, a guy that enlists just out of the blue said, hey, something's going on that I need to be part of, and my country is in trouble. I think the general population should take their hat off to that guy.
Oh, I agree.
Whether he's a pencil pusher and never gets off of the U.S. soil, or if he gets shot in the ear in a foreign land.
And I've told guys like that I've met that having no combat time in the military, you still serve. You enlisted, you followed orders, you did.
Right.
You went and did what you were told to do.
You raised your hand, you put the uniform on.
And you just as easily could have ended up next to me.
Very, very quickly you say, hey, your number is here and you're in line there and we'll see you.
Yes.
And
it's all about the fact that yes, they stepped up and said,
yeah,
I'm here, what can I do? So no, I agree with all of that.
It's just like myself. I could have got assigned to a destroyer escort, which is the smallest battle-wise ship that the Navy's got that I'm aware of, other than a tugboat. But a destroyer escort has probably between 65 and 80 men on it. And it's not a very large ship, but it is fast, and it has one function, and that's to protect the carriers and the battle wagons and cruisers. You protect the task force. And a hand grenade could very easily sink that ship.
Oh.
It's that small. The one I was on, and the ones that they have today, like the Eisenhower and I can't remember the other names of the bigger nuclear type carriers that they have today, are 4 times larger and bigger than the one I was on, and at the time it was bigger than the world.
Right.
We had over 3,000 ship personnel.
Wow.
Not counting Airedales and flight crews. They're a separate group. We didn't count them.
Right.
Full-time ship personnel was right at 3,000. And it'd take virtually an act of Congress to sink that bugger.
Right.
But,
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. I always imagined that they were very large ships. When I was in the Army, my cousin went in the Navy and went on a carrier, and he told me that they had like 4,000 on his carrier that were just sailors.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
separate from the air component.
Right. Which one was he on? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't.
The one I was on was the biggest thing we had at the time. There was Essex, Bonham, Richard, Lexington, Princeton. I don't know. There was 6 or 8 carriers, and at the time they were humongous.
Sure.
Nowadays they're just like a canoe compared to what we've got today. Back in the day,
Right. Yes.
they got 3 flight decks. They can shoot planes off in 3 different directions.
Wow.
Just wham, 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 and they're gone. Ours, they went one plane at a time down the runway back.
Yeah.
You know. But nowadays they've got angled off to the side, straight away, and angled off to the side, and they can shoot them buggers out of there so fast you don't even know what happened.
Yes. Yeah. Time moves on.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and thank you for your service. I
Thank you for your service.
appreciate that. Yeah, I was raised my father was a World War II infantry soldier, and so I like you felt like it was something I needed to do when I got out of high school.
Well, my dad and my grandparents, and I don't know back further than that, like the Civil War, to the great or the great-great-grandparents. I don't know about any of their military stuff, but none of my immediate family were ever in the military until I came along. And
Right.
for what reason, I just, hey, it's something to do, let's do it.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I went home and told Mom and Dad, I said, I've joined the Navy, what do you think? See you. And of course, I'm sure it blew their minds, but I was over 18, so what could they say?
Right. And my dad, when I told him I'd enlisted, and he said, thought that was a good idea, and don't forget to write Mom when I got to boot camp, and that was the end of his comment.
Yeah.
So, well, I do appreciate your time, Jerry, and I'm going to turn this off now, and
I appreciate it.